And then Kyle asks Amanda what it exactly she does. Oh my goodness. It was so funny. I was just like,
Oh my
oh my
gosh.
God. And then all of a sudden, Kathy says, that's great. Kyle just starts laughing at the table. Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
We are talking about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 15, Episode 4, Housewives Heatwave. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad title considering it was so hot where they were at in Sedona.
That's what I was trying to think, like where they ended up. Yeah, and they were all saying how hot it was. Because somebody said
Yeah.
it's 107 degrees or something like that.
Yeah. I guess it gets hot there. So we start out with Lael is driving or like learning to drive the Porsche with Bose in the front seat and her cousin Tina is in the back seat. Listen, it's not easy driving to begin with, let alone to be 17 and learning to drive a Porsche. I mean,
And
I
in
don't
that
know.
area, like unless they were
Yes.
staying on residential streets, because obviously LA is a very congested place to drive, which
Yeah.
so is Jersey. But I think LA, I mean, hopefully she wasn't like in the middle of it where people are commuting and
I know. I just thought my nerves would be shot too. Like, because I kind of remember in Orange County, was it Orange County? Wasn't Shannon like teaching one of her girls how to like drive in a parking lot? Was that Orange? Well, I know
yes.
Giselle definitely did.
Yes.
Giselle did it too, though.
Oh, Giselle did it too. Yeah,
Giselle did it
yeah.
too. Yeah. I think Shannon did though too. I vaguely remember
I feel like she
Shannon.
did. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we see Rachel's on the phone with her son, the one who's away at camp. The next thing we saw I thought was interesting that they felt the need to show us Erika on her knees cleaning out her lint trap of her dryer. I'm like, do we need to see that? I mean, yes, it does make her relatable.
Because yeah, exactly. It does make her
Makes her relatable.
relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that Erica, like, I feel like she's evolving. Like, when we first met her, she was Tom Girardi's wife and supposed to
Right.
be,
Oh,
Tom Girardi was this multimillionaire. So to see her fall from grace and, of course, people have strong opinions about the lawsuits and all that
yeah.
stuff. But I do find her like more relatable in that sense where she's not above, like she doesn't act like she's above anything. Like I don't think we'll ever see Kyle doing that.
Yeah. No, probably not. The interesting thing was I thought was funny when she was cleaning out her lint trap. She's like, "Oh, who did this? You live there alone." She's like, "Who left it like this?" Like, I mean, probably you.
Yeah, nobody else lives there, so process of elimination.
Yeah, exactly. Then we see Sutton's getting ready because Jennifer Tilly's coming over and she's trying to figure out, she's got this whole little setup and then she doesn't have the cheese and she's like, I got to get her the cheese. She likes the cheese. And as soon as Jennifer walks in, she's like, oh, good, you got cheese. I was like, did she know that happens?
She knows her friend.
Yeah, that's
For
it.
sure.
That's it. So she's telling her when she gets there that, she's going to be chartering she was busy in the morning. She chartered for a trip. She chartered a plane for them to go to Sedona. And she wants the girls to like Sedona's a place of healing. And she wants the girls to go, just kind of have a reset and she wants to get into a better place with Dorit.
I was wondering, is it Sedona where Real Housewives of New Jersey went with Caroline and Al, and when they did the horse thing, like trying to get the hoof up? It wasn't that in
What could have been.
Sedona? I think
It
it
could
was.
have
So
been.
I'm wondering if they're gonna do activities like that. I kinda hope they do.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it may have been Sedona. I would love for them to
Yeah,
do activities like that. I don't think that they will, to be quite honest with you.
probably not.
Right? I mean, Kathy Hilton shows up with decorative pillows. Do you think that she's going to be doing activity?
Honestly, in all honesty, I could see Kathy Hilton doing that. I could see her
Okay.
getting into that. I don't think Dorit would do very well at it. Like, like how Teresa and Melissa were like very flippant about it and not into that specific activity with the horse,
Yeah.
where everyone else kind of embraced it, like including Joe Judice, like that blew everybody away. I could see Dorit being more like Teresa and Melissa and like not,
Not wanting to,
but I
yeah.
could see Kathy doing it just because I think Kathy likes to experience things. I think that's her gig.
I do too. I do too. I mean, I'm not saying that she's like a I'm not going to do that. I'm just saying that she's clueless.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, listen, and I would be here for it. I would be here to see her
Me
do it.
too. That's what I mean. I kind of hope they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, I'd be here for that. I totally would be here for that. It's interesting because when Jennifer and Sutton are talking, Jennifer kind of cautions Sutton, like, you know, just because you say you're going to change, like, you just kind of have to, like, give people a chance. Like, you can't just say it and then expect it to be that way. Like, because sometimes Sutton comes in strong and, you know, Jennifer was trying to help her, and Sutton was
Yes, she
very,
was.
very defensive with her.
Yes, she was.
Right from the start, she was very defensive, right from the start. And it doesn't get any better as the trip goes on, I don't think, as the episode
No.
goes on.
And I think she should be really careful because I think Jennifer's a very good friend to her.
I do too.
And I think that everybody really loves Jennifer on the show and fans of the show. So I think Sutton could very easily. I don't like her. I don't like Sutton, especially after what she said to Dorit last year about coming for somebody who matches your wallet. Like, what a ridiculous thing to say. But I think that she could very quickly become, the opposite of a fan favorite. I can't think of the word I'm looking for. A villain. Yeah. You know what else I was thinking? Her tagline about giving main character energy. I know we'll get there, but when she starts talking about her insecurities later on in the show, or maybe it's here, I forget. I wonder if her ex made a comment to her about not being a main character on this show. And that is why her tagline is what it is. Somebody must have made some kind of comment to her about not being a main character.
I think it is. I think it's because Dorit made the comment to her that she lives on a main road.
Yeah, no, of course. That's the first part of it.
I don't think, I mean, because like it is the end of this episode where she does talk about her insecurities that, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not good enough. And I think the tagline is a deflection. People that have these insecurities, they hide them. Like she hides them. I think the way she, reacted to Dorit and, what she said to her about the bank account, that's just her with her insecurities. That's how it comes out. Like, I don't think her ex, I mean, I don't know him. Listen, I have no idea who he is. We've never met him. We only know what she's told him. But I just think that, first of all, she doesn't even pick out the taglines. They give them to her,
Yeah.
And then she gets to pick the one, or she doesn't even get to pick the one. Like,
she doesn't get to pick the one. I think they give them so many. And then
do.
Yeah.
They ask them which ones
I don't
they
know.
like.
I just thought it's just a weird thing for her to say. I mean, listen, she doesn't give main character energy.
No, she doesn't.
Never has.
She doesn't.
And she still doesn't.
No. And that's
But
okay.
whatever.
Not everyone needs to be a main character.
It's an ensemble cast. Nobody is the main character.
Nobody's the main character. No, I agree. But there are people that are more main character energy and are more in the forefront just because of who they are, because it's a group of people and there's always going to be a so-and-so, like quote unquote leader or, someone who's just whatever. It is what it is, right? Yeah. I just don't, and then the next scene that we see is where Kyle goes over to Dorit's house. And again, like Dorit's talking about how stressed out she is about the divorce. The first thing Kyle said is like, "Oh, you're here by yourself. Like, where are the kids?" She's like, "Oh, the kids are in Florida." So we find out that the kids did get to go to Florida with the grandparents. And she didn't ask PK. She just sent him and did what she was going to do, which I'm good. I'm glad she did that. I'm glad that she did that.
Yeah, I am too, because I think for some reason PK thought he had to give permission, I guess.
Right.
But if you're like a once a month father, I would find it very hard to believe that legally there's anything you could do about it.
Right.
Unless there
I
was
would too.
some kind of child arrangement set forth.
Doesn't
But
seem like
clearly
there is.
there's not.
Right. Because there's no arrangement for anything at this point. She can't even get to mediation. She doesn't know who's paying the bills. There's nothing really that's been decided by anybody. Yeah, I mean, it would be near impossible for him to really stop her, so she just took it, control of it, which I'm glad she did. I'm glad she did take control of it. So the first thing though that she does say to Kyle is, "Oh, did you talk to Mo about PK?" And she's like, No." And I thought to myself, well, she did talk to Mo a little bit about PK. But then Dorit went on to say, like, I really, like, I was serious when I asked you to do that. Like, I would like for you to maybe help me because, you know, PK puts it out there that, he's very present and he's doing all these things. And maybe if Mo could talk to him. And then Kyle's like, yeah, no, I would like to facilitate this. Like, and I think she was trying to, like, figure it out, like, how am I gonna facilitate this? Like, you don't want me to get involved, but you want Mo, and I'm glad that she finally just said, "You know what? Just you call Mo. Like,
Yeah.
you sit down with Mo." So that's why we're gonna see that sit down. Because
Yeah.
remember when we saw that scene, we're like, "Well, why is she sitting down with Mo? Like, why is that okay?" Well, it's okay because Kyle kinda needed to back out of it,
Yeah. Yeah,
I
no, that was
think.
definitely the right thing for Kyle to do.
Then the next thing we see is Rachel. She picks up her son from camp. He's so cute. I love this kid.
Both her boys are
Asks
really cute.
I know. She asks how camp was, and he said he moisturized every day. Like, this kid is such an old soul. I swear he really is.
That was great when he said that. That was great.
Yep. Um, I also thought it was interesting, and it didn't really surprise me, but I was just surprised that she said it in her confessional. She said that, when she kind of accidentally got pregnant, she thought it would be like, like a one and done, and she'd have a daughter and like a little mini couture. And, now she's a boy mom, which I
Yeah,
thought to myself, as a boy mom myself, people always would say to me, like, don't you want a girl? Don't you want a girl? And I would always say, and this was always my feeling, because I never knew for any of my children, I never knew what I was having. The technology was
right.
there. I just didn't want to know. But I always said that God doesn't give us more than we can handle. And if I had a girl, I would be broke because I would accessorize and the hair and the makeup and the jewelry and the matching shoes. Like, I know who I am. And boys don't care about that.
You get what you get and you don't get upset. Like Eric and I always
Exactly.
said 2 kids. We didn't care if it was 2 boys, 2 girls, boy, girl. We
Right.
didn't care. Like we knew our limits. Our
Right.
limit was 2 kids. So,
Right.
what are you gonna do?
Exactly. And as it turns out for her, she also said that she's these two boys of hers are her real knights in shining armor. Like, she's like,
Mhm.
they hug me sometimes when I don't even know I need it. And I think that that's really sweet. I do think it's sweet.
It's very sweet, and I'm sure those boys witnessed her being very sad because it doesn't seem like she was the one who wanted the divorce. I
Right.
mean, ultimately, she was the one who wanted the divorce, but it seems like it was because of actions that were made by her ex-husband or soon to be. And I'm sure her boys saw her very upset, and I think it's very sweet that they stepped in and, were so sensitive
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah, I do too. I do too.
Yeah.
The next thing we see is Kathy's dinner party, her summertime dinner party. I don't know if you noted, but she had Chef Omar there and Chef David. So she had two private chefs for
This
one
does
dinner
not
party.
surprise me at all.
For one dinner party.
One probably did, like, appetizers and desserts, and the other did the main meal. Who knows with her? I'm sure she had it very well planned out.
She absolutely had it very well planned out. I mean, I don't know that she did it. Her right-hand girl, what was her name?
Forget, but you know what? I do think she did it because did you hear what she said? She worked
About
at
working?
that
Waldorf.
hotel. Yeah, and she planned their parties. So, to her, it's like art. I thought when she said that, I was like, "God, I wish I had a little bit more of that in me." Like, I can throw a party, but I don't have that in me to, like, Lori's great at that. Like,
The attention to detail.
the attention to detail, the decorating, all that. To me, I want to make sure that there's good music and good food and enough food at a party. The other stuff, it just doesn't come naturally to me. So I think Kathy probably does get very involved when she hosts something.
Well, she definitely I can tell you this just from watching her, she definitely knows what she wants. When she
Mhm.
was looking at those things, she's like, "You know what? Can we get a blue ribbon?" Like,
Yeah,
right
like,
down to the
that
ribbon
would
color.
never occur to me. Like, if the ribbons were pink and they were on the table, I'd be like, "Great. That's one less thing I gotta worry about.
Yep,
The ribbons are on the
yep.
table."
Yeah, no, she really does throw a beautiful event, and the attention to detail is really it's amazing, to be quite honest. I
Yeah,
thought it was
it
amazing.
is.
And then even her I didn't look it up, her little obsession with bee pollen, how she's sprinkling that on everything.
Yeah,
How it
that
was
was
so
interesting because I know people take bee pollen to lose weight. Like, there's bee
I don't know
pollen
it
supplements.
Yeah, I didn't look it up, but I do know it is supposed to be very healthy, and bees are like this really important part of our ecosystem. Again, I don't know the science behind it, and I don't know if you noticed she had on a bee necklace also.
I did not, but that's like a
Yeah,
big thing, save the bees.
I know, I know. It is a big thing. So, anyway, I thought that was interesting. Sutton and Jennifer arrived first. I did think it was interesting that Sutton brought the candle for her from Marquette, the only place that she has not been this summer because Kathy's been traveling all summer. I did think it was interesting, and I know it's Jennifer Tilly, that Jennifer didn't bring a gift for Kathy.
Well, I found that interesting too because I remembered when they went to Garcelle's beach house and she brought her that what was it? Who were the I can't be
Designer.
yeah,
Yeah, I forget. Yeah. But that was a new, that
the
was like a
2 guys,
housewarming.
that was a
That
housewarming,
was a
you're right.
housewarming. That was a housewarming, but still, like,
Dolce& and
even so
Gabbana,
much as
Dolce& and Gabbana.
that's it, Dolce& Gabbana. Even if it was just a candle or a bottle of wine or
A bottle of wine, definitely. That
right,
nobody's ever gonna turn that away because even if you don't drink, you're probably gonna host at some point, and then you
right,
can have that, you
right.
know? Yeah, that was interesting.
I don't know. I probably shouldn't have commented on it, but it just kinda struck me a little bit.
Yeah.
And then also the butler is there. Carlos lets them in, and then Amanda arrives a little bit later, and, they're already outside. At the first time we saw Sutton, she announces to Jennifer that she's not really drinking. She's changed she's changed her relationship with alcohol. I thought that was
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, obviously, I'm sure it has to do with the Dorit comments 2 seasons ago, but, her idol, Kyle, also doesn't drink. So, it could be that could be part of
Yeah.
it too,
It could be. So
you know?
she orders a sparkling water and Jennifer has rosé. Amanda gets there and she asks for water. Amanda, I just
Well, we both said it. We both said it. She's giving "Can you believe 20,000" Dana Wilkie vibes. We
yes.
said it in the car the other night. I mean, it's just,
It's too
I don't
much.
know. It's way too much. It's way too much. And you know what I was thinking? Heather Dubrow really better take note because if she really makes this jump from OC to Beverly Hills, like that's speculated out there, she has these vibes to her. She has these Amanda vibes. Like, what are you gonna flex about your real estate to Kyle? Like, or Kathy Hilton, who lives in Bel Air? Like, I think Heather Dubrow better pay very close attention to what's happening with Amanda right now.
You know, the more I think about it though, and the more I've seen, I don't know if Heather's actually going to Beverly Hills.
I personally don't think she is either. I think maybe she and Terry are gonna get a spinoff or something. I think she's gonna leave OC. I think she's had it with OC and maybe even just be a friend of, which would probably be a good role for her. I think she'd be a very good friend of.
She would be a good friend of. She
Yeah,
definitely would be.
she really would, but I think her and Terry are doing something on their own.
It's possible.
Speak Speaking of OC, we were messaging about Katie Janela not getting her contract renewed.
Yes. So, listen, she put it out there and it doesn't surprise me.
Mm-mm.
I don't know if I'm disappointed or not, to be honest with you, because I'm so
Personally don't
disgusted with OC to begin with.
Yeah, I just don't think she was ever a great fit, and not that I am defending Heather Dubrow in any manner, but she did come in hot with that whole, I know for a fact that the paparazzi I mean, we all knew the paparazzi photos were set up by Heather. It doesn't take a rocket science, but her putting it out there, like, my friend texts me and, like, I don't think she was ever really a good fit because that's not really what that show's about.
Right. Right. And again, just because I don't like the way that they bullied her out, I don't like the fact that they didn't offer her a contract, but I'm so aggravated with the way the whole season went anyway last season that I wouldn't want them to bring her back just because of that. Like, that's
Right,
not the reason to bring her back. Do you know what I'm saying?
right. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, we could do a whole episode on how we feel about the last season of OC and where we think it should go in the future. Because I'm hoping, I know we got to get back to Beverly Hills, but I really am hoping that Jacqueline Larita joins the cast. because I think her being on the show with Tamra, Tamra would never get away with what she gets away with if Jacqueline and Rita were on that show, and I would be so here to watch it.
Yeah. We just have to wait and see. We have to wait
We
and
sure
see.
do.
So they are serving their first is caviar, and Amanda, of course, needs to have gluten-free caviar, but she can have it on cucumber, so that's fine. We have to have a
Well,
whole
I was gonna say
conversation about
gluten-free
that.
caviar, she just needs to put it on something that's
On a cu
gluten-free.
Yes. But the
Okay.
fact that it even has to be a conversation is just, like, I don't care. I just
I
don't
know.
care. I
I
just don't
know.
care.
You're not interesting enough for us to need to know your dietary needs.
Exactly. That's it. I just don't care.
I agree. I agree.
Um, Kathy's talking about the house that she's living in now is the longest she's ever lived any place, and it's 18 years, and that's a long time to live in one place. I mean,
It is a
especially
long
someone
time.
of her stature, right? To be
Yes.
in one place.
Yes.
Then I think it's very interesting that Jennifer, of all people, is the one who starts talking to Amanda, because this is the first time Amanda's meeting Kathy Hilton, and starts asking her, like, what did you think of Dorit when you met her? I was like, I didn't
But
expect this coming
Jennifer,
from.
I think she's really starting to understand the assignment.
Yeah.
Like, now that she's
Listen,
because she's a full-time housewife, Jennifer, right? Is she still
no,
a
I don't
friend
think
of?
I think
She's still a
she's a
friend
friend
of.
of. Yeah. Because
She's
she
doing
doesn't
a
have a
good job.
tagline. She's still a friend of.
Okay. Okay.
And she's like, well, I mean, my first encounter with her is she was like in emotional distress because she met her the day that they were at Jennifer's house doing the naked
Painting.
painting.
Yeah.
Yes, and she was upset about PK and the kids going to Florida. And she said, I was really thinking about her a lot, and I was very worried about her. So I was really glad that we got to talk and have lunch together. And I'm just like, that's a weird thing to say. I don't know. She's hard for me to watch. Every time she talks.
Well, she just seems a little bit uncomfortable on camera. Like, I think she's trying to give too much too soon,
Yeah.
or making it like she's, like, cool with this one, like, really cool with this one, but too soon.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she said that, she does it because one of the producers asked her, like, were you a little intimidated by, any of these people? And she's like, no, like, why would I be?
She said something like, "I think I belong in any room I walk into," or something like
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's one thing to be confident and there's another thing to be cocky.
Yes, exactly. There's a big difference between the two of them. But good for her if that's how she conducts her business. Good for her. I just, clearly it doesn't land with these ladies though, because I don't think any of them are talking to her right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And even when she said what happened between her and Erika, that Erika made a comment to her about, so she had said something about one of her children was a cancer and the other one was a cancer. And Erika said, oh, well, can be mean. And she said, oh, they're emotional. And mean is an emotion. She thought that that was Erika kind of coming for her. And
No.
no, that is
You'll
not
know.
Erika.
You'll know when
Yes.
Erica's coming.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, I don't agree with Amanda that was Erika coming for her, but I also don't agree with Sutton's reaction to her saying, "I got her in that moment," because Sutton's reaction was over the top in
Yes,
that
it was
moment.
over the top. It was. It was. And Jennifer Tilly at the time at the table, I don't know if you caught it, but very like softly, she's like, okay, Reba.
Yes, she did.
I was like, and the look on
It's
her
almost
face.
like, yeah, it's almost like Sutton was like, "You're not, don't think," because I guess Sutton feels closest to who? Kyle and
And
Kathy, I
Kathy
guess?
and
And
Jennifer.
Jennifer, right?
Yeah,
So,
right.
she's probably still trying to rebuild with Erica and obviously Dorit. So she's probably like, but Sutton's a pick-me girl, obviously. I mean, she
Mm-hmm.
threw her friendship with Garcelle away to be friends with the Richer sisters. So I think that when she heard Amanda say that, she was like, "Oh, like don't think you're going to be
Right.
buddying up with Erica before I mend my relationship with her."
Right. Right. No, you're right. You're right. So the ladies get to the private plane, and Dorit is an hour and a half late.
You know, what I'd like to know is it a situation like we saw in Miami where
Right.
she told the producers, I'm going to be late or, whatever. But even if she did, like, you're taking a private plane somewhere, you
I mean,
have to be on time.
the flight was only 45 minutes. They waited on the runway longer than the flight for Dorit to
Yeah,
arrive.
like, that's insane.
The other
That's
thing I noted,
insane.
it is, I totally agree. She never apologized. Now, I don't know if they just never showed her apologizing
Right.
or
But
she never
she did
apologized
not apologize on the show that we saw.
that we saw. I'm going to have to, I haven't watched the after show. Maybe I should watch the after show and see if it comes up and see if she did apologize or there's more to this story. Because sometimes we do find that out on the after show.
Yeah. But I watched it on Peacock the next morning, and she did not apologize on Peacock either.
Yeah. I mean, I just think
That's
it's,
wild, though, that she was that late.
yeah. So then they get to Sedona and they're land and they're taking their car ride to the place that they're going to be staying at. And I don't know if you picked this up either, but Kathy is in the car giving Rachel advice about her makeup. And
Yes, the
Kyle
under
is
eye.
sitting, yes, and Kyle is sitting in the back seat, like laughing, like you, Kathy, are giving advice to Rachel.
Like, she didn't blend it in enough. It was too light.
Right,
I mean, some people do put concealer that's too light for their face under their eyes to brighten them up, but she didn't
right.
blend it in properly. But listen,
Listen,
Kathy is that friend. She's going to
I
tell you,
know.
blend your concealer in.
I love it. And Rachel took it. She's like, "No, if you see something, tell me." And I
She,
honestly, I loved every minute of it. I thought it was great. I
yes.
thought it was so real. I think that's what I love. Well, I know that's what I love about Kathy. I just her sisters, Kyle sitting in the back seat, like, "Oh my god, like what are you doing?"
It was great. It really was great.
So she pre-assigned rooms. They get to the hotel. The hotel's over 100 years old. It was originally built for miners because I guess this is a mining area. She
Kathy
has gift
asks, where are
bags.
they now?
Right. Exactly. That's so funny. It's so funny.
Holy cow.
So Sutton put little gift bags in everyone's room and their initials were on their door so they knew where they were going, which I thought that was great. Again, I'm watching Kathy when she gets to her little cottage and she starts taking, and I was watching her pack too. I thought they were Ziploc bags, but now I know that they weren't. They were those vacuum seal bags. I saw all that in her
Oh,
luggage. I'm like, she has all these Ziploc bags in her luggage. Like, what is she doing? Now I know when she was putting those pillows on the bed, she brought pillows with her.
it's very smart though, because it all sucks up and it becomes very little. So you could pack
No,
more.
it is very smart. And as a matter of fact, I bought one of those vacuum seal travel things off the TikTok shop. It's sitting up in my bedroom. I have to try it because I want to make sure it works before I actually need it.
Right.
Because I've been
Right.
looking at those things too. I'm like, you know what? This is such a smart thing. And the little pump comes with it. Like you can take it
Yeah.
with you when
Eric
you
has
put the
one.
stuff back
Yeah.
in. Does he?
Yeah.
He travels that much?
No, he doesn't use it for travel. He uses it for other things.
Oh, okay. I should have known.
Yeah.
I should have known. Oh, that's so cool. Okay. So, yes. And then we find out that Rachel didn't even bring her luggage with her because she was afraid it would be too much and it's not there. And she's got
I mean,
nothing.
what a smart move. But oh my
Well,
gosh, the fact that it wasn't there.
yeah. Yeah.
How long was this trip to Sedona? Because even Kyle was like, I have shoes under the bed. And then they show all her shoes.
I know. I don't
I
know.
mean, are they
I think
even there for a week?
no, I don't know. I'm sure they're not.
It's
No.
normally
It's
like
probably
3 or 4 days that they go away
days.
for.
I'm sure that's what it is. I'm sure it's 3 or 4
I mean,
days.
that was a tremendous, and I'm a shoe girl. That was a tremendous amount of shoes for that short of a trip.
It was. And then even Amanda showing us all her different Chanel bags. I mean, she had one for hiking, one for this. I'm like,
2 for
wait,
hiking,
what?
2 different ones for hiking. A
It's just too
fanny
much.
pack and a backpack.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Like, what do you need on this hike?
Right. I don't know. Listen, there's a lot going on here. I mean, Bose brought her assistant Nico with her.
Yes, she did.
I
Yes,
was
she
like,
did. Nico is really living the life. Avi 2.0.
yes, exactly. 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 So Rachel announces that it's 110 degrees and she's got nothing to change into. But she comes down for dinner, and honestly, her changing her jewelry, she looked like she was in a different outfit. She took off that hat, she changed her
I mean,
jewelry.
was she? I'm like, really in a different outfit? Because she didn't look like she was in a different
Well,
outfit.
she definitely was in the same outfit.
I
She was
mean, in the
definitely in the
same
same
outfit.
outfit. Yeah, no, because I remember I actually even wrote it down. Like when she got on the plane, because she was commenting on everyone's outfits, she was in all black, head to toe black. She had the black hat on,
Okay.
and it was
Okay.
all black. Yeah, she was in the same outfit. She just reinvented it, which I was like, she's so smart. Like this is why she is, a
Yeah.
stylist. Like she's so smart.
Speaking of the plane, and I know, I just don't like Sutton. But did you see like the seating arrangement? Like she wasn't even sitting with Jennifer Tilly, who's like her bestie.
I
She
didn't
put
notice
Jennifer
that.
with Bozma and I think Erika, and she, of course, was with Kathy and Kyle. I think it was
Interesting.
maybe Dorit Bozma. I don't know. All I know is that Sutton was with Kyle and Kathy and not Jennifer.
That doesn't surprise me.
It doesn't
Doesn't
surprise me
surprise me.
either.
So they get to the dinner, and it's 91 degrees outside for the outside dinner there. And the table comes complete with crystals. The first comment was from Dorit, because she picks them up and she's like, the price tags are on these crystals, which I did think was a little odd.
Yeah.
I did think that was a little odd. And then all of a sudden we have to hear from Amanda that she once spent $10,000 on crystals in one sitting. Okay, thank you.
Great.
Yeah.
And what does Erica say? Well, my friend spent blah, blah, blah on one
Yeah.
sitting. So there. I think that was in her
Yeah.
confessional, though, right?
Yeah, it was in her confessional. It was. So once everyone's seated, Sutton kind of opens up to everybody, and she's saying that she's hoping that this is kind of a reset, that, she wants people to relate to her differently, and she wants to introduce herself to the new person who is Sutton Brown. She wants to be the person who is a good friend, is a fun girl. She wants to be that for them. She had a lot of insecurities. She felt she wasn't pretty enough, she wasn't smart enough. And I was like, all right, that's good. I mean, this is a good way to start. And Erica, comes out right away and like praises her and says, like, it's just going to be about consistency in your friendships, which I totally agree with. And I'm glad that she spoke up. Like she actually said something, because sometimes they don't say anything.
Right.
Then Bo's toast to Sutton, I thought that was great too. Like, may she remain true. And then Kyle asks Amanda what it exactly she does. My
It's
goodness.
like SpongeBob 3 hours later.
It's so funny. It was so funny. I was just like,
My
oh
gosh.
my God. And then all of a sudden, Kathy says, that's great. And Kyle just starts laughing at the table. And then she explains it to us in the confessional. And when Kathy says that's great, she either means I wasn't listening to you, or she didn't understand what you were saying. Kyle's like, and in all fairness, me neither. Like,
And
me
then they
too. Like,
literally flash back to Dorit's house when she was hosting the charity event. And
yeah,
she's
the
explaining
toothless
the
and homeless.
charity. Yeah.
Right.
And Kathy's like, that's great.
Yeah.
And Garcelle starts laughing.
It's so funny. It was just so funny.
Yeah.
So then we find out they're having a 5-course meal. I'll be honest with you. They really outdid themselves, those chefs there, right? They had
Yes.
a summer citrus salad, tomato and roasted red pepper. Oh, no, tomato gazpacho. And then they all got, their entree was halibut, and then a flourless chocolate cake. And thank goodness, because Amanda is gluten-free.
Yes. We remembered.
Yes. And then Jennifer Tilly says to Erika, who's that man we saw you with in the tabloids? And listen, I'm here for this romance.
Yeah. Me too.
What's his name?
I don't know, but they call him what do they call
Shrek.
him?
They call
Shrek?
him Shrek. Yeah, they call him Shrek. She met him in London backstage at the Mighty Hoopla. That's what she was doing over the summer. And she had seen him on a podcast, and she knew who he was. And she
Yeah.
walked by him, and she went back and she introduced herself and said, I'm a fan. I was like, good for her. Good for
Yeah.
her.
Yeah. Well, what's surprising is she's like, and I've never done that before. And I'm thinking, that's interesting that Erica's never approached a guy before, right?
Well, if you think about it, she's been with Tom for so
She
long.
was with Tom for so long. She was probably, I think, was she like mid-30s when she married him? So, you
Yeah,
know,
like, it's been a long time, and
yeah,
yeah, I thought I'd listen, and she said how they went to get she got a manicure and he got a pedicure, and Dorit's like, "I just can't believe that she was out with, no makeup on," and, I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "Why not?" Like, that's who she is, that's the real Erica.
right, right.
And is Dorit the one said he was wearing Crocs?
Yes, I think so.
And Rachel's like, "Well, if he was wearing,
Burks,
Birkins, yeah, he'd be
Birkenstocks,
my
yeah.
guy."
Yep, the Burks.
The Birks, that's right. So, I mean, I thought it was a good episode.
I did too. I enjoyed it.
I'm curious to see what they actually do in Sedona. I like that there was no arguing, no,
Yes.
fighting, right?
Yes. Like
None of
even
that.
the stuff with Amanda, even the shady things they're saying in their confessionals.
Right,
Like absolutely.
right.
This is what we like.
Yeah, no,
Nobody's
I thought it
calling
was
a
a good
private
episode.
investigator. Excellent.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the gauge
One of the
now.
I was thinking about, did we mention at all that from Potomac, Britt Eady has filed for divorce?
We haven't mentioned it, but I did see that.
And also her lawsuit has been dropped.
Of course. There's no
And do you know
merit.
who else? I know you know who else dropped their lawsuit is Todd from Miami.
Napola.
Yep,
Well,
Todd dropped his law.
they're pretty much back together, right?
I think they
So
might be.
I don't think Alexa would be on the next season if there is one, if he didn't drop it and she got back together with him.
I think that's gonna be very interesting.
It's going to be very interesting. I still don't think him. I mean, if he ever filmed again, what a hypocrite, quite honestly.
If Bravo ever asked him to film again, right?
But yeah, they probably wouldn't. But then what's Alexia bringing to the show? Like then she's not showing all of her real life. I mean, she's still got the boys, but
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens with Miami. I
did
don't
you
know.
read where Vicky is putting Kodo insurance up for sale?
I did read that, but I don't know if it's true or not.
I don't know if it's true or not either because one, why? Why would you do that? This is your legacy. This is what you built
Well,
and your
Michael runs
son
it.
is your
Right,
son is very involved. So why would you
right,
sell it?
right. That's what I thought. That was my immediate
Yeah,
reaction. That's why I don't think it's true. I did see it
I don't
someplace,
think
but
it
I
is
don't think
either.
it's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she would. I mean, that's why, Michael's a very big part of her business.
Yeah.
I think he's the vice president or the president even. I
Something.
mean,
He's up
he's like
there.
in the day to day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what else I did see? And, this AI is crazy.
Mhm.
Did you see the AI with her daughter Brianna's husband in the orange jumpsuit that he was arrested for domestic violence? Did you see that?
I vaguely remember seeing something like that recently, but I don't
It's fake.
follow
It's
her on
totally
social
fake.
media. It's totally
No,
fake because she posted with him after that.
well, she had to go on social media and post that it was fake, that it was up there so many times. And I'm just like, this is so ridiculous. Like,
It's terrible, the AI.
it's so ridiculous to just
Yeah.
put this stuff out there about people and try and ruin people's lives.
Yep. Yeah, like, they're not even on the show. Like, leave them alone.
Right. They're not even on the show. They have 4
You know,
children. Like,
it's the same thing. Who was it? Gia was the first one they said it about, that her, Rutgers is coming for her degree because of,
right.
cheating. Then they said it about Antonia Gorga. And then they just recently said it about somebody else's kid. Who the heck was it? It wasn't anybody from New Jersey's kid. It was a whole other franchise. And I thought, oh my goodness gracious. Like, it's the same story, different kid. So obviously
Yeah.
it's not true.
I don't know. I feel like Facebook, Instagram, they have to be better at stopping these accounts and blocking
Yeah.
it. They really do. They shouldn't allow this to go on. I mean, there are so many. Who was talking about it the other day? Maybe Crystal and Cynthia. There's so many of those fake, like, housewife groups that put up fake stories, and you think it's maybe it was Heather McDonald. You think it's somebody that you follow, and you think it's like a legitimate group, and then you realize it's not. And every time I scroll, especially on We Wine Whenever, I see so many of those fake ones, and I try and hit block every time.
Yeah.
But it's ridiculous. It's that they are allowing it.
Yeah, it is. I totally agree. Totally, totally agree.
All right, I guess that's it for Housewives, right? Unless you have anything else?
No, no.
Okay.
We congratulated Gina. Well, I think when we did Salt Lake City, Gina
Mhm.
Kirschenheiter got engaged. I was happy to see that. But yeah, I don't think anything else came out this week. No
Yeah,
breaking
all right.
Housewives news that I know of.
No. All right. So until next time, please subscribe and give us 5-star reviews and let us know if there's something else you guys want us to talk about.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.